Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Appreciate you stopping through this joint, man. Appreciate you stopping through this joint. Let's see what we got in the building. Brother Skywalker in the building. I think I saw it. My bad, man. I'm away from the phone. Yep, Skywalker, salute to you, man. Appreciate you stopping through, showing some love, bro. We gonna get in here and cook. We're gonna be in and out like a robbery that didn't take place, brother. We're gonna be in and out, super quick. And y'all excuse me, I got my little ones in the background, man. My daughter going crazy. Okay, okay. Just finished eating her little breakfast, man, and she ready to get up and get active. So she up here doing some, as y'all can hear, a bunch of whining and everything, getting her cleaned up so I can get her out the way and get her on with her little day, man. All right, so get her up active and going. But salute to y'all, man. Appreciate you stopping through. Each and every one of y'all, whoever tuning in, whether he's live or you catching a replay on this joint. Again, appreciate you stopping through. And we definitely gonna cook today, man. We got a full plate on us. We got KD looking to make his son's debut. And then we got Russ. Stop. Then we got Russ making his Clippers debut. And then we're gonna touch on a few other things that's going on. Kevin Love joining the Heat, making that official. Him and Bam Adebayo having some fun back and forth on the Twitter. And then and then we also got, a couple other things we're gonna touch on quick. Man, we're gonna be quick. We're gonna be real quick about it. Like I said, we're gonna be in and out like a thief in the night. In and out like a thief in the night. Back in the I would say Stone Age, man. We ain't gonna be able to go no earlier than that. So we'll go Stone Age with it. But yeah, man, like it's the word on the street. Well, I guess I shouldn't say word on the street. KD gonna be making his debut as early as next Wednesday, March 1st. Excited to see him in the new threads. Why? It's a new system, new teammates, but he's getting to play along. Obviously he played along Kyrie, so we know what Kyrie brings to the table. We know what kind of dog he is, and the talent that he is. But he getting to play with D-Book and Chris Paul, a veteran point guard that's pass first, definitely can score, when needed. But he's definitely a pass first point guard. Everybody knows that. And then obviously you got D-Book. They score with the best of them, drop 70 something on the Celtics head. Yeah, it came in a losing effort, but hey, we still know Devin Booker can go off at any moment on any team. You know what I mean? Josh Sanders, salute to you, man. Appreciate you stopping through this joint, man. Appreciate you stopping through. Let me get y'all right real quick. I accidentally forgot, left my brother high and dry, Skywalker Boxing, and my other TWT brother. So let me get y'all right. Had to make sure I get y'all right real quick. Yeah, we got the flames going. Omega Red, man, salute to you. Appreciate you stopping through, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. Yeah, we just gonna touch on a little bit of everything today, man. Like I said, we got KD making his potential debut next Wednesday on the 1st. And then we got Russ making his debut as early as this Friday, up against the Kings. So you got KD potential return coming against the Hornets. Good team, definitely a good team to go out there and not to call, no slight or disrespect to the Hornets. But absolutely a good team to go out there and have a comeback game against. You don't have to go full throttle, and it's a meaningless game as well. You know what I mean? That at least that's how they probably look at it, because the Hornets are not in the playoff contention, or they're going to be a team that's they're in the East. So it necessarily is like a meaningless game, to say the less. You know what I mean? Or to say the least. So for them, I think that's how they look at it. Him targeting that team for a return game is definitely probably a good decision to make. And excited to see it. I can't wait to see him in his new threads, man. I can't wait to see, what it is he's able to do, how that trio plays together, how DeAndre Ayton is going to fit, or, how they're all going to tie in and fit in. I'm waiting to see it. I would say one thing about KD's game, man, is that he can fit in with any kind of scheme, that's out there, or play any type of style of basketball. He doesn't necessarily need the ball in his hands to be productive. He doesn't necessarily need to be one of those people out there where you know what I mean, where he's ball dominant. He definitely can catch and shoot. He has his spots. He's a high very high percentage shooter as well. So again, man, we all know what KD is. We know what he brings to the table. We know what type of beast he is. So it's a lot easier to plug him into any system than it is expecting, you know what I'm saying, other places, other players to be able to go somewhere and not need the ball in their hands and things of that nature, man. But yeah, so we're gonna touch on KD, we're gonna touch on Russ, feeling welcome with the Clippers. We're gonna touch on my Lakers last second half back tail end of the season. So again, man, a lot of it goes into play, man. There's a lot at stake for these teams. You know, they traded away some major pieces on both sides of it, man. Whether it be for the pieces traded away for the Suns, obviously to pick up Kevin Durant, Brooklyn Nets. Everybody thought they was going into rebuild mode. Nah, the only thing they did was change the body, change the paint on the car. That's how they making it seem. You know what I mean? They got some solid pieces there that they, you know, make moves with those pieces, along with the fact that they're playing good. They're playing well together too. So all in all, man, I think it was a definite win as far as the Nets do justice by KD, you know, sending them somewhere where he could have an opportunity, but also on top of that, them getting some pieces back, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you can't really replace them KD, but at the same time, to be able to get those trade picks, Mikal Bridges, and some other, you know what I'm saying, options out of that, that was absolutely a steal of a deal for the Nets. People are sleeping on that aspect of it. They're not looking at it, seeing that the Nets kind of won in that trade the most, having all those draft pick options and like I said, picking up a Mikal and some other wing players too. They're wing heavy. You know what I mean? Definitely a team that people are, you know what I'm saying, getting on the horn with, trying to snag their wings. They're trying to snag those wings and snag those picks. The Brooklyn Nets knew what they were doing, man. Again, they didn't get fleeced. They were the ones that did the fleecing, or at least it was an even exchange. I think people should take a closer look at that and appreciate what they was able to get out of that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm excited to see it. I can't wait to see. Cannot wait to see it because you got two players between KD and Devin Booker that's able to go out there and drop 50 plus at any given moment. Any given moment. And if they both get going at the same time, man, how is team's going to deal with that? I understand again when him and Kyrie was both cooking at the same time, man. No, that was a show to behold. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the situations you didn't want to miss it when both chefs is cooking like that. When both chefs is cooking it and they cooking it up in the kitchen, it's something you can enjoy to watch. But I'll say this though, is that when you look at it from a whole different standpoint, where you got a Devin Booker, his cook is different than how Kyrie's cook is. You know what I mean? Devin Booker gets cooking. He's gonna eat you alive mid range, and then he's gonna start, you know what I'm saying, slowly dragging you out to the deep end and start knocking down threes to go along with it. Kyrie, on the other hand, he just puts on the show. What I mean by that, he dance on you and get you up out of there. You done eating? All done? All done? Okay, let's get done. Here, Daddy, help. Come on. All right. But yeah, man, the way Kyrie does it compared to how Devin Booker does it, it's I ain't gonna say night and day, but it's different. I can tell you that much. Ask the Boston Celtics. When Kyrie goes off, it's kind of in its own spurt, but it don't seem like as if like, you know what I mean. It's controlling the game from that kind of way, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like when you see Kyrie going off, he going on in a different way. When Devin Booker be going off, it's one of them things that has a different feel to it. Obviously, both of them can score the best of them and put up points, but yeah, that's definitely something that's different, man. Go sit down, son. What are you doing? But yeah, it's definitely different, man. And so I'm excited. My bad, y'all. Well, got my little ones over here playing around and stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. Can't wait to see it and see how they play together. Again, man, that's definitely its own slept on. I would call it big three that's in the West. And you can swap out either CP3 or Aiden at any given time to call it a big three. And it all depends on the day and the night, man, how Aiden shows up and how CP3 shows up. If he stays healthy and able to remain healthy, you know what I'm saying? He's a big difference maker. But for the most part, health has always been the situation or that you know what I'm saying, that asterisk next to Chris Paul's name. Unfortunately, he just can't stay healthy at the moments he's needed most. Oh, he's extremely injury prone, and given his age right now, man, I mean, I don't really see that really changing unless they literally kind of do a Andre Iguodala situation, which is they're literally playing him in pockets of either the season or whatnot or the game just to keep him kind of conditioning and real life action versus, you know what I'm saying, scrimmages and practices. And so you're not really seeing too much from him. And Chris Paul is out there. I'm assuming more from a conditioning standpoint of it. But again, man, if he's healthy and right at the right time, hey, this team is gonna be dangerous, man. Absolutely dangerous. Josh Anderson said Kyrie more flashy and swag. Booker just is conservative with it. And if that makes sense, yeah, no, that makes sense to me. I absolutely get it. Kyrie, like I said, bro, Kyrie is a walking highlight reel below the rim. And Devin Booker is a, you know what I'm saying, he's a mid-range highlight reel, bro. Like I said, he gets cooking from out mid-range, then he start backing out to three, then you kind of at his mercy because he got the size to get off any shot that he wants. So that's why I said it's different. And you know what I'm saying, hey, if he would have won that game against the Celtics, bro, it definitely would be talked about a lot more. You know what I mean? It'd be talked about a lot more for sure. But I think because they lost it's kind of swept under the rug. But the man still dropped 70 plus points on them though, and they couldn't do nothing about it. I mean, you had the TD Garden. That was out there chanting his name and chanting for him. You know what I mean? I'm really just doing the building. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. Let me get you right real quick. Salute to you, my bro. Appreciate you stopping through, man. Yeah, we just doing a quick in and out, man. We serving up some. I say we're gonna cook on this real quick. We're gonna be in and out like a thief in the night. We're gonna be in and out like a fast food joint, man. We're gonna get in and out on these joints, man. But yeah, we just talking about KD making his potential debut, the target date being March 1st, so that's next Wednesday against the Charlotte Hornets. And I was saying that's a good team to have that return game against. No slight nor disrespect to the Hornets, but it's more so along the lines of them being able to put him out there against a team that ain't really much of a threat, still a winnable game. And it allows him to kind of play either low minutes or sparing minutes or things of that nature. But again, he can go out there and kind of work on working himself back in the rhythm and not really push, no, not really push himself too much. So then that way he's not putting himself at risk of re-aggravating that injury or whatnot. But again, it's allowed him an opportunity to get some real live action out there. So again, I'm excited to see it. I love KD's game. A lot of people hate him, calling him a snake, and say he took the easy road out by going to the Warriors because they had them down 3-1. And he decided that once they lost that 3-1 lead, you know, they wouldn't have recruited KD. It's not like KD reached out to them. They reached out to him and they recruited him. And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, slighted him for that. They hated the fact that he wouldn't join the team that they had down 3-1. But I think for him, he realized the writing was on the wall, bro. He wasn't going to be able to win, you know what I'm saying, a chip, let alone play winning basketball or meaningful basketball with the situation that was there, given the roster that was there as well. So he did what was best for his career, what was best for his own happiness. And a lot of people took, you know what I'm saying, they blamed him for it. And I feel that he made the decision based on him. They always hate when a player take control of their own situation or they go somewhere that allows them to play the type of style of basketball that's conducive to their skill set. And obviously Warriors basketball was what? Conducive to his skill set. And they act like he just went there and he rolled the coattails of Steph and Clay. That ain't the case. They was deferring to him. They was begging him. They was the ones that went there, you know what I'm saying, begging him to join the squad. And then when he was there, they was feeding him the ball and literally like playing off of him. He led that team in those statistical categories, bro. It wasn't the other way around. He didn't go there just to get a free chip. He went there, took a hold of it, and took them to get a free chip. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I personally don't bother me none because I understand the move from a basketball standpoint. But a lot of people can't get out their emotions and saying, oh, you know what I'm saying, that skipped or that tipped the scale in their hands as far as being a super duper team and all this other junk. They're like, bro, y'all are in the NBA, man. The whole thing is to compete at the highest level. So if they put a team together like that, what does that mean? You get in the lab, work on your craft, and you come back better and stronger. You implement strategies where you can kind of play on the weaknesses. Every team got a weakness. Even that team had a weakness, but teams weren't able to exploit it. That's their fault. Correct me if I'm wrong. San Antonio Spurs is giving them all they can handle. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi was out there giving them all they can handle until he got hurt. And then they switched to a whole different ballgame. A lot of people forget about that, bro. Like I said, man, all it takes is having the right roster, coach that can put a strategy together, and then you go from there and being able to implement that strategy. And what was the Spurs doing? The Spurs was doing that. If I'm not mistaken, and again, I'm fully off memory because I don't want to sit there and look like a stat junkie reading it off a paper to y'all. They had them down by, I want to say 15 or 20 plus points, bro. It's like, come on, man. Like, smooth shot. Appreciate you stopping through, man. Appreciate you stopping through. A lot of people forget about that. Everybody want to just go in the wind of thinking, oh, KD joined the Warriors, it's over, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, bro, they was down by like 20. I want to say plus 20. If somebody want to fact check that for me real quick, I want to say they was down by plus 20 until Kawhi Leonard got hurt. And when Kawhi Leonard got hurt, that's when it went downhill from there. That was the start of the beginning, or the beginning of the end for the Spurs. But a lot of people don't keep that kind of joint in mind, man. They just looked at this team and thought it was over. I mean, for me, if it was a situation like that, you get a team like that, my attitude is this: okay, get in the lab. All right, now we got to figure out. They got this team like this. How do we get them into this point? How do we put them in foul trouble? How do we get them to disrupt? How do we force another hand to try and beat us? How do we beat them in their own system of what they're doing? You know what I mean? That's what a competitor do, bro. The competitor don't run social media or run to other teams talking about they're a super team and it's over and all that. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, they lost by 26. Yeah, so it's like a lot of people, man. Like, hey, y'all getting paid to play a sport that I love and that you should love. So the whole thing is if you play in the sport in the right way, then your love and passion should be with competition. You should love it from a competitive standpoint. If you don't love it from that, then you're in there for all the wrong reasons. So you're gonna see yourself either up out of the league or you're gonna be bouncing around the league. And a lot of people ain't gonna be looking at you saying, "Oh, like this is that he a player that's a contributor or he's a player that anybody is looking to take serious and anything like that." And it's like, you know what I mean? Like if you want to just be one of those kind of, I wouldn't call it no names, but if you want to be one of them players that's known for not having a passion for the sport, then hey, do what you gotta do. We'll see you up out of here in a couple of years. And that seems like that's the route that's happening to Ben Simmons right now. Not to go off tangent or off topic for it, but everybody's saying he ain't got no passion for the game and everything got to be around him. Like, how the hell do you go from being rookie of the year, two-time All-Star, I believe, defensive player of the year runner up, and all of a sudden now you can't even find yourself, like, you can't even find minutes on a team where you the biggest name that's on the team. I mean, y'all make that make sense, bro. Like, come on, man. These dudes is wasting they God given talents, man. They wasting they opportunity that with the stars align for them. They wasting those opportunities. And a lot of people say, "Oh, let that be me." I personally can tell you, if I had that opportunity, I know damn well I wouldn't squander it. Why is that? Because I know my work ethic and I know exactly what I can do. I know my mentality when it comes to giving the opportunity to do something. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm full speed ahead. I'm on my Russell Westbrook type energy when it comes to an opportunity like that, bro. It's like, come on, man. Like, don't sit there and waste all that's given to you or all that's in front of you, all that opportunity, all that potential. It's just being wasted. And speaking of Russ, man, I'm gonna go ahead and transition right over to Russ, man. He looked, he could be making his actual Clippers debut as early as this Friday. And you know what I mean? And he even said it in a quote, "It feels good to be welcomed and wanted." You know what I mean? And it's the difference between welcome and wanted. You know the vibe of when you actually truly welcome versus when you tolerate it. When somebody wants you for a reason versus when somebody wants you because they genuinely want you. You know the difference. You feel the vibes of it. You know what that is. You know what that is. You know that feeling right away. And Russ can feel that with the Clippers. Why? Because he already had chemistry and camaraderie with Morris, and he has that with Paul George. He already has that built in with him right off the bat. Yeah, same thing with Ty Lue. When Ty Lue was coaching in the U.S., with Team USA as one of the assistants. Guess who was right there along with him, who was mentoring Russ that nobody knows and talks about? Ty Lue was right there. Championship pedigree, championship coach. A coach that held everybody accountable, including LeBron. And when you do something like that, bro, that gain and garners a lot of people's respect and admiration. So that guess what? You're going to have that ear for them to listen to, man. My brother Just Do said, "What you think about Westbrook on the Clippers?" I think it's a solid opportunity, just because it allows the Clippers to kind of be able to put a lineup out there where he's probably the shortest person, and we know what he still can do, given the fact that he still can elevate and put bodies in the rim. So, and that man is a Tasmanian devil on the rebounds, bro. Like he literally is a miniature Dennis Rodman when it comes to getting rebounds. So for me, I like it, and I want to see it. I want to see how it plays out. You know what I mean? Because the Kawhi, he has to play more in a slowed down tempo fashion of basketball. You know what I mean? For him to be truly productive, because he likes to play the mid range. He likes to be able to play on the block. That's the type of game that that Kawhi has. You know what I mean? That's more fitting for him. He's not an up tempo scorer or shooter or anything like that. Paul George, on the other hand, he has the ability to play more of a of different kind of fashions of basketball. You know what I mean? He can play running gun up tempo. He can play half court. He can play where it's a little bit different too, where it still ends up being productive for him. He can do those type of things. Kawhi, not so much. He doesn't have his game really doesn't line up with that same kind of skill set to be able to do that. Yeah, he's shooting a lot more threes now, but just from the fact of how his health is, his legs and things like that, man, I don't really see him being in an up tempo type situation. So I think when all three of them are in the game, I think you'll see more of a push the pace when the opportunity is given for fast break. But for the most part, I think you're going to see more of a more, I would say, half court kind of traditional type play with him in the game. But Russ is gonna do Russ, man. We know he gonna look at if he see an opportunity to become a one man fast break, he gonna take it. And like I said, he got his old running mate in OKC with Paul George, who was when they played together. Paul George was, you know what I'm saying, he was an MVP caliber type player. He was in MVP discussions, and a lot of people again may forget that, or hey, just as a reminder, you remember it now. Paul George, like they have great chemistry together and good history. So this is gonna allow what? This is gonna allow Kawhi Leonard to get the proper rest, in-game load management that he wants. A lot of people don't even, again, I mean, I'm probably giving out too many jewels when it comes to that, but trust me when I tell you, it's going to be in-game load management situations where you're going to see Kawhi suit up, go out there and play a few minutes, depending on the direction the game is heading and things like that, man, or PG and Russ is out there cooking and the rest of the role players is out there, you know what I'm saying, balling out of control with him. I guarantee you they're gonna sit Kawhi and allow him to cook. You're going to see his minutes drop big time. And they're going to save him what? For the most important time of the year where they want to make a push to finally become a team that's a true contender instead of a team that's a pretender that everybody is saying the basement brothers and all that kind of noise, man. They that's what they shooting towards. That's what they doing. And again, a lot of people you not talking about it, nor are they paying attention to that. I haven't heard nobody mention it. So if you hear anybody else mention it, hey, tell them that they got to give A1 a shout out because I don't know. I think I'm the only one saying that his minutes is going to go to a in-game load management type minutes. Just watch. Y'all wait and see. But again, I'm excited to see it. I can't wait to see it because I know Russ, normally he already plays like he got a chip on his shoulder. At this point, bro, he got a bag on his shoulder. He got a bag of chips on his shoulder. You know what I mean? This is this man 15. I wouldn't call it a last ditch effort or anything like that because there's definitely teams out there that were taking just from the selling standpoint of putting butts in seats. But I think with Russ, man, he still is capable of playing at a high level. He's not going to lead your team to a championship, but he is going to be able to lead your team to get some wins and playing a style of basketball where people will show up to see it. Yeah, so it's like people definitely will show up to see it, show up to watch him play, and especially if he's on the right team, absolutely, man. He's a one-man show by himself, and we all know he's more than capable of taking a team to at least to the playoffs, if not, you know what I'm saying, a winning season at that. We saw what he did with OKC, you know what I'm saying, prior to Paul George being there when he was, you know, one MVP, became Mr. Known as triple-double and things like that. They want to call him a stat chaser and stuff like that. Hey, if it's that easy, why ain't everybody else doing anything? You show me another person that's at his height out there averaging a triple dub. You know what I mean? That jump takes that jump takes effort and all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying, to be able to go out there and do it. It's not something that's an easy feat to accomplish. Otherwise, you'd have more people saying that they averaged a triple double, you know what I mean, for a season, let alone for a few seasons. But you're not, you know what I mean? Especially at the point guard level. You're not seeing or hearing about that. And a lot of people, again, what do? They sleep on that. They take it for granted, and they look at it to be able to try and take it in a way to slight this man. Brian Corbett, salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. Appreciate you stopping through, man. Let me go ahead and get you right real quick. But yeah, man, a lot of people take it for granted, bro. And again, like I said, I'm one of the few people that's able to look at it as for what it is and appreciate, you know what I'm saying, what that player has done and what they do. A lot of people just want to jump to the happy medium of being able to just, you know what I'm saying, trash talk a player and stuff like that. But for me, it's like, nah, ain't no point in trash talking, you know what I mean? Because he doing something that I would love to do, but let alone he doing something that I understand. You know what I mean? Like when you understand something, what's understood don't need to be explained. But there's a lot of explaining that needs to be stood for the people that don't understand. You know, so they misunderstood. They don't comprehend or know exactly what it truly means for certain things. So you got to explain them things for them people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm happy to fill that void, bridge that gap, and do that for them. I don't mind. I don't mind holding your hand and explaining to you, you know what I'm saying, why you gotta do this, why you gotta do 2 a day workouts or 3 day workouts in preparation, why you gotta show up and do these cone drills, why you gotta do all these things, because at some point in the game you're gonna do it without knowing that that's what you need to, that's what helped you be able to get that extra inch on your vertical. That's what need that extra, you know what I'm saying, quick twitch muscle that you needed, but you didn't know that workout that prompts you to do that. And that comes to a lot of people that's fans of the sport. They don't really understand it. All they think is put the ball in the hoop. That's it. Put the ball in the basket and it's done. And it's like, bro, it's more to basketball than that, man. It's more to understanding. You know what I'm saying? When you in these game situations, what they do and what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to align on defensive assignments, when you're supposed to rotate, all those things, man. A lot of people, again, they don't comprehend nor do they know it, because they look at it and think, oh, like, oh, that's what this means, or it doesn't mean this, or oh, I didn't know. And it's like, no, dude, all you gotta do is watch the game within the game, because it's always happening. And I'm one of the people where I'm literally watching the game and enjoying it, but I'm watching the game that's within the game, yelling out, oh, this person, you know what I'm saying, there's a down screen here, there's a back screen there. We got an eagle eye view of the game, so we'll be able to see the plays that they may not be able to see, so it's easier to call it out. But for some of those situations, bro, they see it. They may not be confident and trust themselves in making a pass or doing it just because they don't want to get a turnover. You know what I mean? So it's a lot, man. And then, like I said, I have fun talking about it just because I love the sport. So for me, it's super easy. Everybody know my loyalty is I rock with the Lakers, but that's my favorite team. But guess what? I'm a fan of the NBA right along with it. So I'm not delusional. It doesn't impact my judgment. It doesn't make me shy away from thinking one thing or another, man. When I see something that's good, I call it out. When I see something bad, I call it out. You know what I mean? And my OG brother, singing OG KQKC, said he called balls and strikes, baby. You know what I mean? And so in my case and situation, I'm calling twos and threes, man. I'm making it real simple. There's a line that's right there where I know exactly what it is. And a lot of people, again, man, they have a different vibe and a different feel on it. But y'all sleep on this Clippers team if you want to. Let them get riding right. Let Russ fit in, like, you know what I'm saying, fit in like a glove with this team. And Kawhi is healthy and PG is healthy. Plumlee is fitting in. Zubac and him are two bigs that they're counterclocking or splitting up their minutes of playing together, and they're being extremely productive out there controlling the boards. Let Batum, you know what I'm saying, the old savvy vet, start knocking down threes and be consistent, and he stay healthy. Morris is out there doing what Morris does, you know what I'm saying, being the tough guy, being the mid-range killer and things like that, man. Let them do that, man. Let Bones Highland go out there and get the production he was giving the Denver Nuggets, but on a bigger scope because he allowed more minutes. You know what I'm saying? Let them go out there and do that. And Norman Powell, bro, like, I'm telling you, like, man, you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna be sick to their stomach when this Clippers team is out there and they beating some of their people favorite teams, or they one of the people that's now being a serious threat or being a contender, or you see them in the finals type situation. You know what I mean? Like, what, you just wait. And the same thing can be said about the Suns team with KD. You know what I mean? I know we're cooking on Russ right now, but the exact same thing can be said about KD. Let that team be healthy. Let Kevin Durant, you know what I'm saying, be fully healed and rested and ready to go. You know what I'm saying, when it's down the stretch, the important games, when the games matter, and everything on the line type situation. Let Devin Booker be healthy. Let Chris Paul be healthy. Let Aiden be healthy. They're gonna be in trouble. They're gonna be in trouble. Trust me when I tell you, man. Trust me when I tell you that. I can't wait to see it. I'm excited about it. I'm glad it's. Yeah, I hope he plays Friday, because I just want to see a sample size of you know what I'm saying, how they fit, how they mesh together, and what he's able to bring to that Clippers team. I just want a sample size of it, because that's going to be able to tell me everything within a few games. I know when I said when he first got picked up by the Lakers, I needed a sample size of half the season to see what kind of adjustments can be made, things like that. And like I said, I think for him telling the Clippers, like, hey, I'm coming here for a starting role if I'm coming here. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because he only decided to you know what I'm saying, take a backseat role as far as playing with the Lakers, because he realized he playing with like, again, one of the top five greatest players of all time when it comes to LeBron James. And then obviously when Anthony Davis is right, you know what I mean? He's one of the top five players in the league when he's right. So he took a backseat to LeBron because he realized the generational talent that he was playing with. So he had no issue with that because the overall goal, and along with the pressure from the Lakers, is what? Is that championships is everything. You know what I mean? Stop. Championships is everything. And so I think that's one of the things where he looked at it and he understood. Stop, man. Hey, play nice. Don't sit over there and try to push your sister. Go on, go on. Go play. Go play. When he realized that it was championship or bust and started getting pressure from the Lakers and things like that, what did he start doing? He had to make those adjustments. And I'm sure his agent or closest friends and whomever, all those people were close to him because they realized they saw the writing on the wall, which is what not the Lakers, the media, uh, y'all. They started realizing that mainstream media and all those people started doing what? They started the process of trying to blacklist him or blackball him out of the league by trying to slander his name, slander his what he was as a teammate and things like that. Man, they literally started slowly doing it, and then at one point it became extremely obvious. And again, mainstream media was definitely throwing him under the bus in every turn, every direction. You know what I mean? They was trying to do that. So I think he saw the writing on the wall with that and said, okay, hold on, that ain't the case. That's not who I am. Let me make this adjustment. Let me show y'all that I am willing to adjust my game. I am an old dog. You can teach me tricks, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So he made the adjustment. And what did he do? He started flourishing in his new role, coming off the bench, coming off the bench and being a six man. You know what I mean? What was he doing when he was doing that, bro? His production, if not was the same, it increased because it allowed him to see the ebb and flow of the game and allowed him to go in and see where he can have a positive impact on the game. So, and I think that was a good thing when it came to him accepting that position and that sacrifice to his game. I think that played dividends for him. Bro. To be honest with you, I think that made a few teams like, oh, hold on, he's willing to do what? That made a few teams kind of open up they you know what I'm saying, that closed door they once had. Man, they cracked the door open a little bit to say they willing to have a conversation with him just to see, you know what I'm saying, where his mentality is or what he's willing to do. And obviously the Clippers were sold on the conversation of it. They were sold on what the players said and when they met with him and things of that nature. So guess what? He signed with them and he felt welcome by it. Paul George genuinely wanted him there. You know what I mean? Kawhi, I'm sure, is man. I ain't gonna say indifferent. We don't know what Kawhi be thinking, man. Let's be honest about it. My man Kawhi can watch. You know what I'm saying? He one of them people that can hit the lottery and be like, yeah. You know, like, you heard what he said when KD had went to the Suns. What he said, "Oh, it was like Kawhi is a little different, man. He wired a little different than most. He's wired a little different than most when it comes to like understanding and things like that, or how he is. You know, he's wired differently, and that's no slight or disrespect to him. He's just a little bit different, a different individual, man. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. He's just different. So with him, when he probably heard about it, he's just saying, whatever. But I know in the past, when you know what I'm saying, when Russ had hit him up about him joining the Clippers originally, you know what I mean, Kawhi was not he was ignoring calls and against it. So so you know what I'm saying, it's funny how things unfold or how things come full circle in that type of degree, man. And it's funny to me. But yeah, it's one of them situations, bro. We're gonna have to see how it plays out, see what happens. But again, I'm excited. Can't wait for the second half of the season. It should be a good one, man. We got some massive trades that took place, players that's coming back from injury and things like that. So again, man, exciting news to see it. And the league is headed in a direction, man, from at least from a competitive standpoint, man, where you're gonna have teams lined up and it's gonna be, you know, they're gonna have to compete. It's either get down or lay down. You know what I mean? And a lot of people want to see that type of basketball being played again, man. We're kind of bored with seeing the same old teams, you know, where it was like, oh, you know, these are the two prominent teams we know that are going to come out of the East or what's going to come out of the West. We know what's going to happen. Now it's more of a free for all to some degree. So I'm excited to see it, man. And that leads me to my other topic, man, my Lakers. I spoke on it briefly about I enjoyed it, like the pickup and acquisition of D'Angelo Russell
and Beasley and how you doing, baby? All right, I'm out my son. We're going crazy. Zoe, stop. No, no, no. Excited about again Vanderbilt being there and things like that, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to see, you know what I mean, my team and the trade acquisition we made and what we picked up. Mobamba being there, another rim protector, a wiry big that's you know what I'm saying, a stretch big that can shoot. So I'm excited about everything I'm seeing, man, and I cannot wait to see how it all plays and ties in together. Again, they need some time to build that chemistry and camaraderie, but yet, in this small sample size I've seen, I like what I'm seeing because you know, so you're getting to see the evolution of D'Angelo Russell and what he's bringing to the table. You know what I mean? As a point guard perspective, as a lefty, Bron trusts him to come, you know, what I'm saying, come down the lane, and because he's not high turnover prone. You know what I mean? He definitely can shoot the ball too, and he can score with the best of them. He ain't the quickest, but he knows how to utilize his change of pace. And so I think LeBron appreciates that. And again, like I said, when he was watching the game, they had just played right before All Star break, where he had everybody out there for the first time. You know what I mean? AD catch a loss from D'Lo, then you know what I'm saying. You seeing Brown out there doing Brown does, and then you say D'Angelo Russell first get a bucket from a nice little lefty crafty layup, and then he comes down in transition, pulls up from deep, knocks down the three. And it's like, yeah, they rolling because they realize what they got. Obviously, you got Beasley, who's a streaky shooter. Vanderbilt, who's one of the probably good, one of the best defensive wings in the league. Wiry, big guy, and he is absolutely a hustle player. Again, another version of Dennis Rodman to some degree kind of player. So it's like yeah, man, you got a lot of elements. And then, like I said, not to forget about the bench. You still got Austin Reeves. You still got Rory Hachimura. You still got Dennis Schroeder. Again, Mo Bamba out there because they may or may not have him in and out of the starting lineup. All depends on the matchup at nights. I mean, you got an impressive lineup here in the roster, man. That can again go out here and absolutely compete, man. Still got Lonnie Walker, so it's like, yeah, man, I'm liking what I'm seeing, and you know, like I said, they just got to stay focused, make sure their defense is the main vocal point, in their calling card, and their identity, and you know, what I'm saying it's gonna be a dangerous situation for any team, man. And in the 13th seed right now, with 23 games to go, and they're only a few games out of you know what I'm saying, six seed. So it's like they just got to go on a little quick little winning streak, man. Go on a five, anywhere from a 5 to 8 game winning streak to put yourself back in contention. And then, you know what I'm saying, let's see what happens from there. Apply that, you know what I'm saying, apply the pressure to the other teams and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Pressure bursts pipes, so we don't have to see. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is put some pressure on them and see what happens. And they got one of the remaining schedules that if I'm not mistaken, is one. And I wouldn't say one of the easier, but it's definitely not going through dog after dog in order to get to where they want to get to. You know what I'm saying? They got a schedule that's more favorable to them. So again, we'll have to see, man. My brother Brian Corbett said, got to be able to shoot and defend the three if you want to even contend. That's a fact. It's an absolute fact. In order for you to contend, you got to be able to do it. And you got to see what happened last year, man. You got when you had the Warriors and Celtics, both teams could do both, you know, very well. One just had the experience of obviously being there multiple times before, and then, you know, they relied on that and they came through for them. Now, again, will that be the case? You know what I'm saying? Will the Warriors be able to capitalize on that again if that situation was to arise again? I don't think so. I think the Celtics would be all in on, they'd be all in and ready for it. They'd be ready for whatever the Warriors would be bringing to the table. I think they'll actually be out there gunning for them. I think they'll be pushing it a little bit differently and going about it different as well. Just because that again, that experience makes a big difference, man. When you playing against teams that's been there multiple times before, or they've won multiple championships, that experience going into it, man, that's like having a leg up on the competition. Because when you're younger and naive, that can work to your favor sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you can, because you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. So when you don't know no better, you might do better. But obviously, when you know better, you do better. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of one of those things how it all plays out and the temperament of the team and how they play. But yeah, man, again, I'm excited about the tail end of the season. I can't wait for it. I can't wait to see, you know what I'm saying, on the second half of the season what these teams, these trades that's happened, how it impacts them. And again, them being able to have a little bit more time together to build that chemistry and stuff. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see how that impacts these players, these teams, the playoff, you know, playoff race and things of that nature. Because again, those 23 games are gonna go by quick, man. They're gonna go by real fast. And a lot of people ain't realizing that. It's like, y'all, could y'all imagine that we already had the All Star? the All-Star game, that's over already. And then what are we doing now? We're going to the second half. So yeah, they count down the games to get to the playoffs. So I cannot wait. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see it. I know y'all. Hopefully y'all caught my previous live when I talked about the All Star game and dunk contest and things like that. The numbers came out. All Star ratings down. Viewership for the dunk contest through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Saturday night did much better than that. And I said, man, I offered my suggestions. So if anybody that's catching this replay, man, if y'all know Adam Silver or if y'all know anybody that's in the league, you know what I'm saying, that's not taking advice, but you know what I'm saying, sitting down with people that's really out here that enjoy and love the game, not those suits that sit in the office offering their suggestions based off of some stuff that they're either projecting or they think they see. Like, it's like, now you gotta get people, you know what I'm saying, either in that office or on the phone that truly, you know what I'm saying, are the people, the consumers that truly love the game of basketball to be able to give you some real when it comes to this will work for y'all. Why? Because me being a consumer, if this is what I'm demanding, you can assume that the other consumers are gonna feel the same way or along the same lines. You can't listen to them suits sitting in offices going off projections and trying to use past numbers, assuming that, oh, you know, it's trending this way. Maybe we should do this because this is in the times. It's like you trying to move with the times is like the, you know, it's in the fashion that you see nowadays. You be seeing some off the wall joints, some people with skinny jeans, or now I went from skinny jeans to people wearing parachute pants with these boots that, like, man, no boots like you wearing garbage bag or garbage cans on your feet. You know what I'm saying? And people playing two, $300 a pop for some stuff like that. It's like, come on, man, what in the hell? Like, I don't even know what to say about that, man. I be confused as hell about the fashion nowadays, bro. I'm a simplest when it comes to fashion, man. I'm just real simple. That's probably why I can't understand what quote unquote high fashion is. That's why. Maybe that's why. But nonetheless, man, like I said, man, if y'all know anybody that's in that office or anybody of the sort, bro, tell them to hit up A1. I got some suggestions that I guarantee it's gonna bring it back right. Because right now, man, it's trending and heading in a direction that at some point, man, it's gonna have to turn into a situation where you might just have the dunk contest, the 3-point contest, and then the other you know what I'm saying, rising stars challenge in a celebrity game type situation. And what's crazy is why is people talking about the celebrity game more so than the All Star game, but they talking about the celebrity game in a positive light and the All Star game in a negative light. When's the last time y'all heard that? When the last time you heard somebody saying that they enjoyed the celebrity game more than the All Star game? And then these young guns, I'm saying, well, the only reason I said the rising stars is seeing these young guns because them young guns get out there and compete, man. Why? Because they out there showcasing, but they competing. They not just kind of, you know what I'm saying, you get maybe 1 or 2 minutes when it start off a lackadaisical, you know what I mean, like no lack of defense and stuff like that. But then next thing you know, what they doing? These young guys is getting after it. It's just an all-star game, bro. It's then turned into a professional layup line, open court for people to do what they want to do, not realizing that the true show is people want to see competition. When they see competition or you see people competing, guess what? Viewership gonna go through the roof. And I spoke on that in my previous live, man. But like I said, if y'all know anybody that's in that office, that tell them to hit A1 up, man. I got some suggestions in mind that'll definitely get them right. It'll definitely get them right. And people gonna say, how you gonna say you think you know more than the suits do? I might have to know more than the suits do, but I'm more in touch than them suits are. A suit is a suit. I'm out here in the basketball time. I'm out here in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you think people look at certain situations? They call one a fake champ and the other one a people's champ, because the people's champ they he know what the people want. He giving them what the people want to see. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a difference, man. It's a difference in all. It's a difference in its entirety. A suit gonna do what a suit do, which is what, worry about their bottom dollar or bottom line, which is the bottom dollar. That's what a suit gonna do. And then worrying about that, because sometimes you can worry yourself right into bankruptcy or worry yourself right into losing an event or losing a weekend because y'all don't want to change with the times as far as understanding and giving the people what they want versus what you think and what they need. Is that, bro? It's totally different, man. Fans is all tired of seeing, you know what I'm saying, lackadaisical, you know what I'm saying, All Star games. No, it's a whole disinterest in the All Star weekend. At least now, I would say the dunk contest is probably back to some degree because when you have over 500 million people viewerships of the dunk contest, like that you can say that it's back. I mean, needless to say, sorry, my daughter going crazy, but needless to say, you can say that that's back. That's 100% fact. You can say that it's back. Now, when it comes to the All Star game, when the viewerships are dropping, obviously it's trending in the wrong direction. The dunk contest, that's an easy fix, bro. Again, I offer suggestions and I got more suggestions for it to fix that, to keep that viewership at a 500 million, if not keep climbing and going up. 3-point contest, bro. Put the names in there of the people that we all know are shooters, of people that, you know what I'm saying? Put the shooters in there, bro. And that's gonna fix itself. You know what I mean? Everybody loves shooting nowadays. They can appreciate it because you ain't gotta be 6'9" to be a shooter. You know what I mean? You can be any height and be a shooter. And people can definitely relate to that more so than anything. Dunk contest is harder for them to relate to, but guess what? They always root for the shorter guy, or you know what I'm saying? Every single time they root for the shorter guy, or they root for the more big name guy. If y'all ever noticed, the dunk contest is always based off that, bro. It's never been based off of like certain things, man. You can have people that's out there with a big name. Like look at it this way: LeBron James high school dunk contest, bro. He won that based off name because he was doing basic dunks. How the hell you gonna do a reverse dunk and get a 50? How the hell you gonna throw, you know what I'm saying, throw it off the glass and get a 50 and it's a basic dunk? It's like, come on, man. Again, and that's no slight of disrespect to him. I'm just using an example of being a name and a crowd favorite can also sometimes just win you this, you know what I'm saying, a contest based off of that. Just making sure that all you gotta do is make your dunk on your first attempt, bro, and it helps. Trust me when I tell you all that, man. But I ain't gonna give him too many jewels on the situation, bro. But it's like, come on, man. If y'all need help to bring something back, hit A1 up, man. The NBA at the NBA, you know what I'm saying? The execs, Adam Silver, whoever ear this catches, and or passed along to or anything like that, man. Hit A1 up. And I guarantee you, only thing I would ask for is you to give me a 1 year opportunity or one off type scenario for an event of my idea, and I guarantee it to be a success. Guarantee it'll be a success, bro. But yeah, man. So that was just that. My Lakers spiel on my Lakers, man. We gonna be all right. We gonna get there. We solid. We good. It's just a matter again of staying healthy. I know LeBron had what was it? Hurt his hand or his finger in the All Star game going for a block. Again, one of those situations where it's like, bro, you've been in this game long enough, and you've been in the NBA long enough, and you've had a ton of chase down blocks. How many you have had in your career? You should understand and know the placement of where your hand is and things of that nature, bro. But hopefully it ain't nothing serious, so then that way he not out for no extended period of time. Always seems like when a team starts getting rolling in the right direction, somebody, whether it be AD or him, gets hurt. Clay, get down. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Don't do that, okay? You could have hurt yourself. Stop. But yeah, y'all, like I was saying, man. Sorry, my son about to flip over the couch over here. Trying to lean over the edge. My bad, y'all. But yeah, hopefully again he not hurt or injured for no extended period of time, man. Because like I said, every time a team is rolling or things are starting to look on the up and up, for some odd reason somebody ends up getting hurt or being out, man, and then it's a major setback from there, man. But yeah, I think last little touch point here, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I know I probably got some TWT fam that's going live, so I'm gonna make sure I get out the way, let my brothers cook, so I can go over there and cook in their chats as I always do. I'll show my love and support, and get on some people helmets in the chat, man. Everybody know probably Mister get on the helmet chat king in this joint, so gotta make sure I'm out there supporting my squad, man. But yeah, you know, so like I said, K-Love going to the Heat. Can't wait to see it. He's definitely earned the right to be able to go somewhere where it's warm, enjoy some good weather, man, and ride off into the sunset to retire, man. Because KD's had a long time of being in the cold. He was in Minnesota forever, and then he went to the Cavs. And yeah, man,
going to the Cavs, bro, it's like you going from one cold place to another. Um, you know what I mean? So not many people talk too highly or anything like that as far as when it comes to Cleveland. No slight or disrespect to them. But yeah, man, it's one of those situations, bro. It's one of those situations where again they went to the cold. He went, in and out of the cold. I think for him, it was a no-brainer for him to go ahead and go to Miami, younger team where he can be a spot-up big, obviously get play more meaningful minutes or have a bigger contribution to their success. Because Bam Adebayo is pretty much the only big that's there, and so that again that allows Caleb to either be able to play a long Bam or he will be able, fill those minutes that Bam will be missing out on. So I think that was one of the main one of the main reasons as to why he chose to go to the Heat. Obviously, he could have went to the Lakers, but again, you already got AD there as a stretch big, and then you got Mobamba, another stretch big, and then he could probably been either second or third fiddle to that. Still could have been a good fit, but I think for him, he already had the pleasure of playing with Ron and his good friends and things of that nature. But I think he just wanted something different. Again, go that Miami is different, bro. It's different. So I think he wanted to go enjoy that part of his life, man, and probably head off into that retirement factor. I think that's what he's starting to do. Um, Brother Just do say you ain't never in the way cook. Hey, I like to make sure that I'm there to support my bros, man. But we don't know how many people be in the chat over there sometimes and things like that. But I always like to make sure I show up, hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? Let y'all know I'm in the house. If I can't let y'all know I'm in the house, I always hit the like button. And then that way I know my support. And my job is partially done, but I prefer to kind of make my presence known in the chat so you know I'm there and I support it. You know what I mean? I always like to try and do that as often as I can. I know during the day I be working, and as y'all can hear, my kids going crazy and stuff. So I'll be working, taking care of them during the day while I'm working too. So whenever I get a moment, I hit the phone, hit the comment section, make a couple of comments, and then I be going crazy in the comment section, or I have to silently back out, and then I just have to listen in. So uh, Brother Brian Corbett said, "Teamwork makes the dream work. We got." Yeah, that's a fact, man. A lot of people don't believe in that. Everybody want to be their own MVP instead of being a team MVP. They got that trophy. You know what I mean? We can have MVPs and still win a championship. It ain't got to be a solo show. But a lot of people don't understand that. They don't grasp that concept. I ain't gonna say let that go over your head because I'll lower the level so it'll smack you right in the head. You know what I mean? I want people to be able to understand that, man. But yeah, man. No, I'm gonna go ahead and get my butt up out the way, man. I appreciate everybody's been rocking out with me for this 50 minutes, man. My brother Just do. Case of Wood, salute to you, man. Appreciate you stopping through. Appreciate you stopping through. Let me get you right real quick. Definitely appreciate you stopping through, Case of Wood. Just about to wrap this joint up, man. I just wanted to, again, touch base with everybody, give a quick cooking session real fast. Be in and out like a thief in the night, or in the case of people that love food, be in and out like a fast food restaurant, man, depending on which one you go to. But yeah, appreciate, Josh Simmons, Brian Corbett, Josh Duke, Case Boy, everybody that stopped through, man, show some love, hit that like button, Omega Red. I know he was in his joint, my brother Skywalker as well. Appreciate y'all coming through, man, and supporting. And I always do the same, whether y'all here, regularly or not. All my TWT brothers, and I see you on, I make sure I try to jump in the comment section, hit that like button, and show my support, man. But again, I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man, rocking out with me. But we're gonna be back with another one. I might double up tonight. We'll see. A lot of NBA things to talk about. Definitely a lot to be desired as far as things that's out there. So again, man, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna rock out with all my TWT fam, all the supporters, man, all the extended family and whatnot, man, and we're gonna keep growing. Again, I appreciate all y'all, man. I'll catch you on another one.